We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is, from Burns and McCoy, it's Exhorresco, the 7-pot primo hot sauce. And here we have Medusa. So I talked about this a little bit in the written review, which, by the way, is available down in the description below. The link to it, rather, is... So this means to shudder, to shiver, to quake, to be filled with dread. And that's what the legend of Medusa was, that she was so scary that she would petrify men and turn them to stone, which I don't remember it working in the legends on women, just men, which is, maybe that's one of her superpowers, that only men are susceptible to her wily charms. Well, I don't know what charms there would be, but just to her frightening gaze. And the rest of her, I think, was, we've got a little bit of a line of cleavage there. And I think that was the idea, was that she was this, revved up, sexy little number. And, when guys got close, it was too late. The sirens, there's a lot of examples of that through mythology, actually. So this is the hottest thing that they make, and oh boy, what do we got here? Use liberally. So it's interesting that the website, they say that this sauce is not a joke and you should use sparingly. But what hot sauce manufacturer is wanting that, though? They all want you to use it liberally so you can buy it again. Use it up and buy it. I just find it kind of entertaining that it says no joke, use sparingly on the website. And then the label itself, if you can make out that tiny, tiny text, is to say use liberally. All right, so we start with 7-pot primos, and then we go to oak-aged apple cider vinegar. I will say that I did not find the vinegar offensive in here. So maybe oak aging is doing some helping there, smoothing it out a little bit, or taking the foot odor out of it. Also got agave nectar, yuzu juice, black garlic, salt, and spices. So a lot of fairly exotic ingredients. See, we've got a nice sort of reddish brown coloration to this. And I did wind up putting this on a lot of different foods. I had to start pulling myself back, though, because the hot one sauces, I really try to keep around for the wing things, but I was enjoying this pretty considerably in just about everything I put it on, except, well, I shouldn't say I didn't try it on tacos, but that wouldn't have worked. I didn't really enjoy it on pizza particularly either, to be honest. So where I said in the review, actually, let me back up. What I said in the review was some things it does really well on, but not everything. You got to have something that needs umami. So meats in particular do really well with this, but also ramen, that sort of thing. So if you restrain yourself to those things, it is a fantastic sauce. It is just a marvel. And I do enjoy the flavor of this, but it is not something that melds well with a lot of stuff. Were the using out there, I think that might not be the case, but adding that little bit of citrus to it, I think it makes it a more interesting sauce, and I certainly enjoy it quite a bit. I think that also detracts from where you can use it, because now you've got to find something that not only goes with 7-pots, something that not only goes with black garlic, which isn't all that hard of a thing, by the way, but you've got to find something that also goes with citrus on top of that. And I think that really starts to cut down on the number of things. Like, it's interesting to put on burgers, but it's not something I wanted to do over and over again. I think it works better with the lighter meats, while I'm kind of on that tack. But it is a highly enjoyable sauce, and I think what I see a lot of times is Zenpa Primo seems to go pretty well with fruit. Again, yuzu isn't really a huge component in this, but it's enough that you don't need a lot of it actually for it to be forceful. I do happen to like yuzu quite a bit. It's one of my favorite citruses, if not my favorite overall. But it does sort of, I guess, pigeonhole the sauce a little bit as to where I find it works and where it doesn't. So, all right, so here's a better look at it here, the nice reddish brown. I think this is a really appealing sauce. Coloration is great. You can see it sticking nicely to the spoon that doesn't like things to be stuck to it. There are little bits and pieces of pepper in there. So we've got, I think it doesn't seem like there's a lot of skin in there, but there's bits and pieces of seed and so on. So, all right, let's get on into it and see that we don't turn to stone. I can smell it. It smells of citrus right now. Maybe that's why I should start doing that instead of just eating the. Some I think that there is a heftier smell than others. This one, we got both a very definite super hot presence here, but also that sort of citrus business from the yuzu. Very, very interesting smell. I like the aroma. So this was a number 9 on the show. So this is a bit on the punchy side. And I've heard some discussion that 7 Pot Primo can definitely give the Reaper a run for its money. I don't know how true that actually is. And with Pepper Axe and Apollo and some of the other ones that are filtering out about there, we're probably overdue for a new hottest pepper. I don't know if it's going to be 7 Pot Primo, but it is definitely up there with the super hot. So, all right, no point delaying this anymore. Let's just get to it. I love that flavor. A little bit of a pulpy nature to it. A little bit. A lot of it. But you actually get a sense of the black garlic and the yuzu and the pepper. And it is... I really like it. I keep forgetting how much I like the flavor of this. It is... You definitely have some of the bitter, super hot vibe to it, but it is a phenomenally tasting sauce that really stands on the super hots. So, all right, let's have a look here. I'm just going to go with chicken strips here. These particular ones are from Hart's, which are like half the price of Tyson and some of the other ones for whatever reason. And there's a delay to this sauce. So I'm probably going to get good and lit up by the end of this. But there's our puddle. And I'm trying not to overuse this just because I want to make sure I keep it for the wing things. Because it's always good to have a sauce that you enjoy having in that. A lot of the sauces I do in the wing things are okay. Some I dislike entirely. But some are... There's not a lot of them that I really enjoy and look forward to using. This would definitely be among them. Chicken strips are fine. Just the breading isn't as good. I don't think it's some of the other brands, but the price is nice, and it's not particle. That was a big dose. Yeah. Wow. A lot of yuzu notes here with this. And it's super hot. It's really a stroke of genius putting that in there. Even if it does limit the flexibility. Burns and McCoy, for me, everything I've had from them has been pretty enjoyable so far. They don't have a huge gamut of sauces though. Yep. It's building pretty quickly, I must say. It's really actually pretty decent as a dipping sauce too, surprisingly. You know, and that you can really get a sauce to into no man's land with citrus. Gotta be so careful with that one. Here, it's just enough to make it interesting, but not enough to rack it. Whew. I don't think my tolerance is especially high right now. It's kind of one of those peppers where I don't know if there's a ceiling on it. It's good, but it's lighting me up now. I remember when I did the wild berry whoop ash from Pex. They're also in Colorado, just like Burns and McCoy. I've done a number of their sauces as well, but I did that with a cheese plate, and by the end of it, I was getting turned pretty good. That's a delicious sauce. I really enjoy this. Man. Really excited to have this for the Q4 wing thing. I'd be winter by then. I'd probably be able to use a warm up. Oh boy. Okay. Wow. Excellent. Sweating a little. Yeah, this is a fantastic sauce. I don't know what else I can say. It is really, though, just for chili heads. That I will say for sure. Definitely, normies will not like this. That I feel relatively confident in saying. But it's, I mean, that black garlic is used really well here. The yuzu, kind of somewhat of an exotic ingredient, also great effect. And the 7-Pot Primos, that maybe, I might move off the Ghost and I might say that is the best tasting super hot. I really am not. I mentioned this in the written review as well, that I was trying to think if I've had a bad 7-Pot Primo sauce. And I don't think I have. I still need to double check that, but I don't recall one if I have. But this is just a really, really delicious sauce. Fits into nicely the doing a Halloween theme in October 2022. Medusa certainly fits well into that. The sort of horror terror aspect of it, and but wow, what a delicious sauce. This is certainly among my favorites from the entire Hot One show. Outstanding. And I'll just leave it at that. So there you go, Burns and McCoy Exhorresco Semper Primo hot sauce.
Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.